All right, what is going on, people? So today is January 8th, 2025. Today would have been Elvis Presley's 90th birthday, which is very, very weird to think about that he would have been 90 if he was alive. So many great albums, so many great concerts, just an amazing, really 24-year career from 53 to 77. And Elvis garners new fans every single day. His music is loved all over the world. He's the most successful recording artist to ever live. And I'm just going to kind of sit here and tell you guys a little bit about how I became an Elvis fan when I was younger, and kind of tell you the progression over the years. So, the earliest memory I have of Elvis was when my father was watching an Elvis movie on TV. So when I was a kid, we still had the TVs that had the big, it wasn't just a flat screen TV, it was a big, huge back of it. And it was like a 40-inch plasma. I mean, the thing was just gigantic. It must have weighed 500 pounds. It was ridiculous. And he was watching Blue Hawaii on it. And I remember my favorite song of that movie being the Hawaiian Wedding Song, but I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And the more that time went on, the more I would see my dad watching Elvis movies. So I later found out that some of the movies that I was watching, I figured out the titles just based off my memory. I think the second one I remember seeing was Jailhouse Rock. And I remember somewhere down the line he was watching Girl Happy. So my dad was really the first one that I saw had anything to do with Elvis. I'm currently the only Elvis fan in my family. So this YouTube channel is pretty much my outlet to talk about Elvis Presley. And thankfully, a lot of people comment on my videos and have some good insight. And my former neighbor's also a huge Elvis fanatic, giant collection, all that stuff. And then a few years after that, I was probably like 11 or 12. I remember hearing most of the time on the internet that when people talked about Elvis, they said, well, he's the guy that died on the toilet. And now you realize how totally disrespectful that is to say that about somebody who is, in my opinion, the greatest to ever do it. Through my whole teenage years, I never collected CDs. I never collected cassettes. I never did any of that. I just listened to Elvis on YouTube because I remember YouTube being such a big thing that you could just type in a song and listen to it. And, back in that time, you still had, my mom had those little tiny MP3 players. And it was just a total hassle to download music to those things. It was not easy. Technology is so far advanced now that you can just pretty much put all of it on your phone, and you can download them in bulk. I mean, you could pretty much download his whole catalog in probably an hour or two. But most of it was done on YouTube. So it wasn't until probably I was 13 or 14 where I really realized how good he was. Because I remember listening to, when I was first learning guitar, and first trying to, I guess, discover what type of music that really, really speaks to me. It was a lot of Johnny Cash. It was a lot of Patsy Cline, Hank Williams Jr., Jimmy Rogers, Buck Owens, those type of guys. And out of all of them, Elvis was the only one that really kind of, you just knew he was different, and you knew the level. He's just set the bar so high. But I still kind of preferred country music, even though I really loved listening to Elvis. I kind of preferred country music. That's what I was raised on. My mom really, really loved Loretta Lynn and Tammy Wynette growing up. And so country music was definitely my first love growing up. But as more time went on, as I was saying, once I hit about 16, 17, I'm pretty much listening to Elvis nonstop. And the love for Elvis really, really started in that time period, because I'm going to be 24 this year. So I've been a fan most of my life, but I've been a hardcore fan since I was about 16 or 17. And now we've gotten to a point that I never thought I would get to, where I'm collecting and getting multiple things in the mail every week, and just I'm constantly excited to listen to new stuff. It's a wonderful thing when you find, some people collect coins, some people collect baseball cards, people collect rare action figures and toys. My thing is, like, really what I get excited when I wake up is collecting Elvis stuff. I just love it so much. And unfortunately, my dad passed away before I could really share my love and passion for Elvis. He died a couple years ago from COVID, and unfortunately, that's what happened. And he loved Elvis a lot, man. He really, really loved his movies. It was Elvis and Prince. He really, really loved both those guys. And but now we've got sessions coming out. We've got just unbelievable, this was stuff that never seemed possible from what I've read back in like the 80s and 90s, when stuff like Stereo 57 was coming out, and Golden Celebration and the Silver Box and all that stuff. Just, you never thought you would get to the session point where all the takes are there in one spot, and you don't have to go for this bootleg, and you don't have to compile anymore. It's all going to be in one spot. I really, really love that we are at that point now. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing that Elvis's legacy is still alive. And after all these years that people are still as passionate as ever about Elvis's music, it's going to be, he would have been 90 today. His music's going to be popular for the next 90 years and then 90 years after that. It really is. His music stands the test of time. I really, really enjoy seeing people react to him on YouTube. Whether they haven't heard him before, or they've only heard a few songs, like the hits, or they know absolutely nothing, you see their face, and you see them slowly realize, hey, this is fantastic, this is excellent. And then they react to one song, and then, man, they wind up reacting to like dozens and dozens of songs and performances. It's really, really cool to see people kind of happened to them what happened to me when I was like 13, 14, where I'm like, hey, this guy might just be the best there ever was. And unfortunately, at least from my research, nothing was announced today. No movie coming out on Blu-ray or 4K, no CD set, which is okay. I think 2025 is going to be a good year. I'm fixing to get the Girl Happy sessions in the mail, hopefully soon, to unbox on this channel. I would like to see GI Blues come out this year on Blu-ray or 4K. And the next studio, because we're getting the Girl Happy, so the next session should be a studio session. Hopefully that's... I honestly don't know what they would. I don't know what that would be. Maybe American Sound Volume 1. It's going to take maybe 1 or 2 volumes, maybe even 3 volumes to get through all the American Sound stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much how I became an Elvis fan. Really, it was through YouTube growing up. I was able to just type in Elvis and then everything would just come up. It was unbelievable. I couldn't imagine that type of technology existing, and we're like so past that point now. Technology is absolutely amazing nowadays. But happy birthday to Elvis Aaron Presley. He would have been 90 years old today. If you have not watched the video that Graceland just posted, they did a birthday proclamation at Graceland, and it's just people out there in the cold, man, to support Elvis is just awesome to see. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for leaving all your nice comments. I really love reading comments. I try to respond to everything, and I just really appreciate everybody watching. Happy birthday to Elvis, and he would have been 90 years old today. That's crazy to think about. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.